Hi everyone, Rebecca here, and today I'll be doing a flip through of my November 2022 setup. As you can see, I'm going back into my Louis Vuitton. For November. For October, I had been in this black Kiki K, which I had loved and was fantastic for October. And I'll probably do something kind of more festive for December, but for November, I thought I would go back to the browns, my Louis Vuitton brown kind of thing. So let's go ahead and pop this open. I'm going to be honest with you, I've been struggling with my planning system or landing on something that I'm really happy with for a while. Over the last 2 years, I have tried a variety of different things. I was it last year or the year before? I attempted to sort of do the multiple planner things. I was in several different happy planners. I was also using an A5 as kind of like my catch-all, but then I had just sort of all the different areas of my life, like finance and my day job type thing, my writing planner, family planner, and they were all different happy planners. And I thought that, oh, maybe this will work for me. It did not, and it does not work for me. And so for me, it was just, I move around too much, I travel too much, and kind of hauling all those different planners was just not realistic, and it didn't work for me. And I would find that if I did have something with me, invariably I would be out and about and I would need a planner that I did not have with me. And so I am back to just having everything in my A5 with the rings, and then that way I can have different sections partitioned out. So I'll go ahead and share with you how I have this set up now. I've changed quite a few things around since the last time I did a flip through. But before we get into the meat of it, I'll just kind of share the other thing I realized about myself is I have a lot of stickers and washi tape. And I would, for a while I was using them and kind of decorating my planner, and I realized that I'm also just not that into that. Like, I like maybe having a few things or a few decorative stickers, but I have way more now than I will probably ever use. And I've kind of actually, like, forgive me for those of you who absolutely love your washi, but I've a little bit gone off the washi tape too. Like, every once in a while I'll kind of use it, but I think I've really just kind of shifted into this just really much more functional layout and use of my planner. So that's where we are. So the only things I have right here are, I have these really cute, because it is November, I have these really cute fall stickers, which I believe were in the Erin Condren fall surprise box last year. I did not get let's see, when was the last box I got from them? I think it was last spring. I didn't get the summer, and I don't know if they've done their fall box yet for this year yet, but I haven't gotten that the last 2 times. But this was from last year, so that goes to show you I hadn't even used these stickers. I've used a couple so far, and then this might have been from their winter box. I don't remember when I got this. So just kind of keeping it neutral and simple, and not doing too much with the stickers. And then the other things I have in here are some of these hexagon stickers, just kind of bullet stickers. I have those in rose, and then the stone colors, and of course these are from cloth and paper. So just keeping it simple and functional for this month. Now the other 2 pieces I have in here are, now these are from Procrasta Planner, which is Etsy store, and I love her writing stickers that she has in collaboration with Sarah Cannon's HB90 method. For those of you who are not familiar with her, you can head over to the Heart Breathings YouTube channel and learn a lot more about her HB90 method. But I have right in here right now just the newsletter sticker and the writing sticker, although I do have several others from there. So just to kind of start my planner out, this page here is actually from so an older month. So like these are these kind of month pages that are from Erin Condren from their A5 ring calendar. And it was for a month earlier, one of the earlier months. And I just cut off the tab because I still really just kind of like the design. I thought it would be a really nice way to kind of open my planner. It says, follow your passion and ignite your potential. So I thought it was just a really nice messaging. I love these sort of muted floral tones that they have with this planner. So I decided to keep it. You can see here I have it. It's the back of that. It was September of 2022, so I just cut off the tab and added it. Now this first page here, I have one of these frosted glass top tab dividers, and this is from Cloth and Paper, and I just added these two little clear sticky pockets to it. And these, I believe I got from the dollar section in Target a while ago. I think it's kind of one of those things they carry every so often, so they might still have them, but it's great. I have a whole package of them. And these little insert cards are from Cloth and Paper. A fresh start isn't a new place, it's a new mindset. And there's a little bit longer quote here. It's a nice way just to kind of open into my planner. So this first tab I have here, I've labeled it. You probably can't see it because the camera will be too far away, but this top tab is Layered My Inbox. I have a Believe in Yourself, also from Cloth and Paper, with a longer just sort of, I believe it's a series of different, series of different quotes from different famous people over the years, and all about believing in yourself. And then next up we have my very sad, actually, inbox. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's just sort of gotten rubbed and dirty. I've used it for quite some time as my inbox divider page, but it's getting a bit worse for wear, so I might need to order another one of these. And again, this is from Cloth and Paper. So under my inbox, what I've decided, in keeping with just the functionality, being a very functional planner now, this is just a list, and it's a list of all those things that you think of that you're not necessarily ready to tackle this week or this day or whatever. So it's not going to go into that part of my planner, but it's stuff that needs to just happen. It needs to get done. And so actually I'm noticing on here there was an item that got taken care of today. We went and got my son Matthew's passport sorted. So I can go ahead and take that off of my long list of things. But I like this. I have realized something about myself, and I am a list person, and a lot of my planner is going to be just these sort of sectioned off lists, I think, moving forward. And so the other tabs that I have here up the front are projects. And so this is going to be, I haven't really decided exactly how I wanted to use it. I've only listed a couple things here because the other thing I sort of want to use this for is upcoming writing projects that I'm thinking of doing. And so I recently ordered these A5 6-ring inserts from Erin Condren, and it's actually like a project page that has like a layout to it. It's like some more structure, and so I'm going to put some of those here, and it might just be that I use those for, like, here I have, getting rid of the rocks in the front, and then I wanted to get the bulbs planted for next spring out there, and this was just going to be a list of a variety of different projects that I wanted to tackle, not necessarily this week or today, but it's coming up, and so I wanted to get those done. But for right now, I'm still kind of working this out. And then here we have individual tasks, and most of this right now are things that I need to do for my current writing project, so more broken down by the task level. And so this front section needs a little more, I don't know, I just need to figure out a little bit better exactly how I want to divide this up, because I don't know if I want this to be home and writing projects, work projects that I have to, do. So in terms of projects and tasks, and I don't think that that's a good idea because I think it would be a little bit muddled. Like maybe I need to have those ideas under their own separate tabs over here. So more to come on that. It's a work in progress, I suppose, as any and every planner is, especially when you're putting the pieces together yourself. But the last top tab I have here is reference, and I haven't utilized this section yet, but what I envision this being is sort of a running list of all the things that I need to, I'm constantly having to look up things. So if I change the banner on my website, or I'm changing, the banner on my social media accounts and things like that, I'm constantly having to look up what are the dimensions of those images, what works best, what works best for the YouTube banner, and just kind of getting those all situated right. And so I'd like to kind of keep that information whenever it is I have to look it up, or like what are the colors that I have used for my website, you know, that I can just kind of come here to this one place and have that information listed out, so I'm not constantly trying to reinvent the wheel or look up the sticky note, find that sticky note that I have scribbled that information down on wherever. So that's kind of where that is. All right, so now we're getting into, and again, all of those top tabs are that frosted glass, and you can get those from Cloth and Paper. So now we're kind of getting into some of my side tabs. And so what I'm using as these side tabs here is I had a while ago purchased these dividers, again from Cloth and Paper, but they were the monthly tabs. So each of these side tabs that you see here are actually like a month. So this was January, February, March, and I was using those as my monthly tabs for a year or more maybe. But since I have started buying the Erin Condren actual calendar inserts, they come with the monthly tabs, and so I wanted to repurpose these. I liked it because there was 12 of them, so I could have a lot of different sections. And so I went ahead and just printed labels and placed it over the top, and now these are being used in a different way. And so this first section says write, and they're not very big tabs, so I have to kind of truncate, make smaller versions of the words, like I would have put writing, but it's not going to fit on there. So even at the smallest font on my label maker. So this first one is writing section, and so this is going to have to do with projects and plans and to-dos with my writing career kind of thing. And so here we have just something I was kind of brainstorming the other day. I've been reading this book, and you might be familiar with it, but it's called The 12-Week Year. And if you know me, I love all things sort of productivity planning. Tell me how you like to get it done. I'm going to be a sucker for it, and I'm going to give it a try. Probably one day I'm going to land on a program, whether it's the Atomic Habits or this 12-week year, or many others that I have read over the years, and just be like, aha, that's the magic bullet. But maybe it is just kind of a combination of all those things. But as I was reading that book, I kind of got really excited about this idea of, approaching writing projects in this 12-week mindset, or 12 weeks of sort of planned productivity. And so I don't know. But anyway, I'm reading that book, and this list kind of was generated out of reading that book. And it was more, if I had to think about breaking down the entire process and all the things that need to go into me creating a book, from plotting to publishing. And so this is my current brainstorm list. It's under my writing projects page, and more on that. So but it's nice because it's here and I know where it lives. It's not in some random notebook somewhere that I have to remember which one was it, where does it live? I have no idea. So it's in my planner now. And then what I've gone and done is I've kind of created these pages, and you can see this says, 2023 quarter 1 book, 2023 quarter 2 book, and so on. And so this is a really ambitious idea of writing more books in a year than I have currently been doing. So, and of course this goes hand in hand with that 12-week year. And I really do love this idea of these writers who are able to write multiple books a year. They're on it. They're very productive. I would like to move more towards that. And it just means getting more consistent in my writing, daily, and my writing habits, and just really sort of, tightening up that process more, I guess, and not it being so just willy-nilly or higgledy-piggledy, whatever you want to say. And so this is more to come here. We'll see. I'd like to share my planner with you at the beginning of December. You can see what I've moved into, and we can kind of revisit this. Let's see what I made of it, and hopefully I didn't just create these pages and nothing is coming of it. Like, I really am going to do something with it. And then here are, like, when I think of notes or things like my current work in progress, that's sort of what this page is. Right here. And then right here I have an idea for maybe my next book, and I'm not going to share that with you because that's secrets, my secret stuff. And so we'll see. Oh, this was my husband was trying out one of the pens. So that's not him. He was just writing on it, so it's nothing. And here, this section is a media section. And so I just, any sort of thoughts I have on blogs or maybe these YouTube videos or what I want to be posting on Instagram. And again, look, just blank pages for me to sort of like free think or brain dump or write out ideas. I have it sectioned off for a blog. This is newsletter section. And then we get into a month. This just says month on it. And so this is going to be the beginning of the meat of my planner, which is where we're getting into this Erin Condren life planner section and the months. And then I have the daily pages in here. Now, of course, I can't keep all of that in here because it would be way too big for this planner. Even when you order that planner, it comes in 2 separate packages because it's the first 6 months and the daily pages that go along with that, and the second 6 months and the daily pages that go along with that. So I do like to keep, this is a little different than other people, I like to keep my old monthly pages. I don't have all the daily pages from this in here. And the reason why is because if I need to go back and look, when was it that I had that appointment? What was I doing in May on that day? When was it that we took that trip? I like to be able to and kind of go glance back at that. So I keep my old monthly pages in there. And of course, this was October. That's somebody's personal information. Don't need that. This was October, and you can see I've kind of highlighted out my flying schedule because for those of you who don't know, I have multiple jobs. I work as a flight attendant for a mainline airline, and then I also recently have picked up some contract work doing school psychology a little bit, just 2 days a week in schools. And so my planner really does save my life in terms of keeping me on track, in terms of where and when I'm supposed to be places, and so that I'm not double booking myself and doing all of those things. And so here we have the month of November. Look, I actually used one of my little pumpkin stickers and a thankful sticker over here. So we can see, maybe my stickers are probably wasted on me. I don't really use them. And here, look, I tried to use a bullet sticker over here. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But now here, I didn't draw my lines for the days that I'm working for United. I just went and highlighted all the days and then wrote in when I'm supposed to be at the schools, plural. And then here we have Thanksgiving break. So just, I'm just kind of writing down all of my appointments and social things I have going on. And I have my December calendar in here as well. And the reason why is because I like to be able to have that space. And I actually need to go in and add my January, February, March for 2023 monthly pages in here, because as appointments are happening, I don't add all the singular pages, like I said, for the days, but I do like to have those monthly pages in there ahead of time so that, those dentist appointments, those doctor's appointments that are 2 or 3 months away, I can go ahead and add those into my planner, which I now carry this with me everywhere because it's not as cumbersome as like lugging all those individual planners away. And then we get into the new tab. This tab I had labeled as week, which is a little not exactly true because it's actually my daily pages. And so here we have, this is just an example of how I kind of run my daily pages. And it's essentially like all of my to-do list or something, just kind of notes to myself, and then what I'm doing if I have appointments that day, or if I'm blocking off time to work on different things throughout my day, I'm putting that in here as well. And so this is how I use my daily pages. The one thing I don't necessarily like about this setup, and I might be wrapping my head around how to kind of solve that, is I do still also like having the weekly overview. And the reason why, I use the monthly obviously, but it would be nice to also have that weekly spread in here so that I can think about like, what are the goals for this week? Like, what do I really want to try to get accomplished for this week? And I would say that is maybe one of the few things that I'm not super thrilled with. Most planners don't do that. They don't do the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, as well as having the flexibility. Now, the nice thing is with this being an A5 rings, I can create something and just add that in here. So that might be something I might have to put that in my inbox section, right? And something to kind of tackle for December, or at least for 2023, so that I can have that feature, particularly if I am going to sort of stay true to this 12. That book is called The 12-Week Year. And it's this idea is really sort of planning out 12 weeks, or, treating 12 weeks as if it was 1 year. And it's this idea of keeping you, motivated the same way you are when you get to the end of the year, right? Like you have this pressure, whether in your business or whatever it is, to kind of get a lot of stuff done at the end of the year so you can meet those annual goals. And so this is like, do away with that annual thinking and try to have that sense of urgency all year long by doing this 12-week year. It maybe doesn't make a lot of sense, especially me trying to describe it, but I would say it has been eye-opening, and I am looking forward to giving it a try. And so I think once I get this current book finished and get that wrapped up, and then that should definitely be wrapped up by the end of the year, I'm a little excited to maybe give this 12-week year concept or planning routine a try. So I'll just quickly kind of go through these last few tabs that I created. And again, these were originally month tabs. So this would have been like, I don't know, September, October, November, December. But now I have it listed as family. And so anything that's kind of pertaining to my family or home that I'm wanting to keep track of. This is my flying tab. So look, my daughter bought me these cute little stickers. I don't remember where she ordered them from on Etsy, but it's little airplane stickers. And so sometimes I use those on my monthly spread to mark out the days that I'm going to be working. And so this is just, additional trainings I have to do, any notes in terms of, and there's like stuff on there I shouldn't be sharing, but phone numbers that I'm going to need to have, like if I'm out traveling, anything relevant to kind of that. Here I have a finance tab, and look, there's nothing on my finance. But like, so what I envision this is like, financial goals. What am I working towards? Any ideas that I have that kind of come up for me regarding our finances. And so that's going to go here. Here I have a little, this says read. This section is about reading and books I want to be reading. And so what I have listed here is Fingersmith by Sarah Waters, Less is Lost, which I'm about halfway through, and Remarkably Bright Creatures, which was the last book that my book club just read. And I finished that. I have several other books that I'm reading. So after this video, I'm going to go back and update this, because obviously that the 12-week year should be going on here. And I'm fairly certain there was one other book that I started as well. And these cute little stickers. Look, I'm again trying to use stickers that I have lying around. But these were another purchase from my daughter. She got them off of Etsy, and she never told me where she got them from. So I would love to share that, but unfortunately I cannot. It was a gift. And then here is another tab. I can't share the contents underneath it, but this is labeled Psych. And so this is kind of to-dos and tasks that I have for the psychology part of my career. And so it's going to be like evaluations and reports and things like that I need to be working on and writing. And so there's that. And this very last tab is to buy. And so this is going to be a list of items. Maybe it's big ticket items, or maybe it's things that, from stores that I don't go to very often. And that's going to be a list of just as I'm like, oh yeah, right, I need to go get this. And I don't mean like, your grocery list or things like that. It's, go buy a new Apple pen, go get a, new cover for X, Y, or Z or something. And it's those things that maybe you need to remember to order, or that you need to maybe budget for, or something like that. But those are going to go on the list. And at the very end here, we have sort of my vision board that I created for myself. Boy, this was probably been 2 years now, but it's still, I took a look at it. I'm like, that's all still applicable. I still want to achieve all those things. And so then behind here is where I list out brainstorming ideas or things like that for goals that I have that pertain to that vision of my life that I have for myself. And so, and I guess, I don't know, maybe I feel a little more private than other people. I don't necessarily want to share all of that. Maybe someday, but right now, those are just kind of things that I'm working towards. And it's interesting to me because as I look at that vision board, I see things on it that I actually have already achieved. And so I guess maybe it's just I want to continue to keep that in my mind, that's what I work for, are things on that vision board. This I just keep at the back here, and this was, gosh, I feel like this was from maybe an old Webster Plans A5 that I don't really use those binders anymore because I either use this or I have several, too many probably, Kiki K 3-ring binders, and then I got my first cloth and paper binder earlier this year, the white croc one, and I was using that back in June. But anyway, I have a couple of these that I just pulled out of an old binder that I ended up giving away, but I liked it because I was like, oh, these make great kind of like back matter, because when you use these binders, your back pages can kind of get messed up, and so this just kind of keeps those last few pages protected. And so here again is just, this was again one of those dividers from one of those Erin Condren months, and I just cut it down because I really liked, I just really like the colors of these insert planners, and then also the little sayings. And this one says, imagine the possibilities if you were brave enough to try. And so just kind of a nice way to end my planner. Of course, my pen that I'm currently using is one of the Kiki K rollerball pens, and I stole the idea from Sarah Cannon to replace, you can replace the inks in these with the V5s, which are my favorite pens. I have, just tons and tons of these. This is just an just to kind of share with you that all of these are those precise V5s. Of course, I have them in every color. This isn't even all the ones I have. These are just the caddy that I have on my desk that have all these multicolors in. But you can buy the refills that have the same tip. I just got them on Amazon, and they fit in these pens. And so that's kind of lovely. I just like the way they write. So that's why I do that. And of course, I have to give credit to Sarah Cannon over at Heart Breathings for that wonderful idea, and I do it all the time. Anyway, that is the flip through of my November, sorry if that's loud, my November planning system. It has changed a lot and been consolidated down from, I was honestly last year, I think I was in 7 or 8 different happy planners and just using a 6-ring binder as my catch-all, and ultimately it didn't and wasn't working for me. It was just not practical given how I live my life and how much traveling I do, and I'm running around all the time, either flying or to different schools and things like that. And so I am again in love with just having my ring binder organized in a way that kind of hits all those different areas of my life that I need to be tracking and staying up with, and keeping my calendars all in one place. So there's no miscommunication between, like, what was my flying schedule? What is my other job working schedule? When am I getting the writing done, right? For books and things like that. And so I am very happy to once again have all the things I need to know in one book, and I'm able to carry this with me. It's easy to travel with. I just pop it in, either one of my large tote bags that I'm taking on trips, or in my enormous, huge bag that I carry with me around when I'm here at home or in town and doing other type of work. So again, I hope that you enjoyed this flip through of my November 2022 layout. We'll see what kind of changes happen for December. There's a few things I would like to continue to fine tune and work on. And so those should be additions. And I'll probably be changing out of my Louis Vuitton and into something a little more seasonally festive for the December month. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you'll come back and see my December flip through as well. Have a wonderful rest of your day and happy planning.